Our headlines for you today. Wildfires continue to grip the Greek island of Rhodes as thousands of British tourists try to return home.
Radiographers who scan patients to diagnose and treat illnesses and injuries begin a 48-hour strike in hospitals in England this morning.
The countdown is on for Paris 2024. We're on the water with Team GB's first ever canoe slalom Olympic champion, who says he's determined to take gold next year.
Good morning, it's Big Business meets fast fashion. The new season's Premier League kits are about to be released, but in a cost of living crisis, are they simply too expensive? I'll be finding out.
Good morning. It is millions for Mbappe from Saudi Arabia. 269 of them to be exact. A world record transfer fee offered to Paris Saint-Germain for their star striker.
This morning's papers for you now, starting with The Sun, their front page leading on Trevor Francis. After it was announced he died of a heart attack at the age of 69, it says he was, of course, one in a million. That is the reference to his legacy as Britain's first £1 million transfer signing. Lots in the papers about him today.
Yeah, lots of coverage as well of those wildfires in Greece that we've been reporting. The Guardian here featuring an image of firefighters tackling a blaze on the island of Rhodes, and its headline, "Climate crisis linked to heatwave undeniable, according to scientists."
Let's go to the Mirror now. "We ran for our lives" is the headline on the front page of today's Daily Mirror, which features interviews with some of the British tourists on Greek islands from yesterday.
And all the papers this morning also reflecting on the life and work of our dear friend and colleague George Alagiah, who died at the age of 67. There's a lovely picture of there, George, at the desk on the 6 o'clock news, which is so familiar to so many of us over the years. He was one of our longest serving and most respected journalists on the 6 for 20 years, wasn't he?
Yeah, and later on this morning we are going to be remembering him and those special qualities that he brought. I know lots of people at home will feel very much like he was one of their friends, and he really was. It meant ever such a lot to him when people would talk to him about his job on the 6 o'clock news and the reporting that he did around the world. Also, I have to say, one of the kindest men you would ever wish to meet.
Yeah, it's been a tough time, hasn't it, in the newsroom? Yes. So many people loved him and knew him so well. He was such an integral part of the entire BBC operation for so long. But, yeah, he's a top bloke and he'll be much missed.
At the front pages and again dominated by one story. This is what they're saying. The Eye reports airlines who have been accused of flying holidaymakers into Greece wildfire zones without any refund or rebooking offer. The Metro focuses on one British national, Jonathan Lewis, who used his holiday rental car to rescue a number of frightened families from those flames in Rhodes. The Express has the headline, "Race to Rescue Britons in Greek Wildfires Nightmare." The Mirror tells of more stories of people escaping the fires. Their headline, "We ran for our lives." The Times says 30,000 people are still trapped on holiday by the flames. The Guardian hears from scientists who say the link between the fires and climate change is undeniable. Now, the Telegraph reports the chairman of NatWest is under mounting pressure to find out what role, if any, the bank's chief executive played in the leaking of Nigel Farage's private financial information to the BBC. And the FT reports that Credit Suisse has been fined hundreds of millions of dollars for failings over the collapse of a US investment company, which also led to the bank's own demise. So, as ever, if you want to see any of those front pages again or indeed read the stories, then do scan the QR code on your screen.